Chasing time, chances slipping by, thinking about.
Alright, welcome back to Running Scared from 1986 and directed by Peter Hines, who directed Time Cop from 1994, the Jean-Claude movie. We just see these guys playing basketball and meet the buddy cop duo of this movie, Detective Danny Costanzo, played by Billy Crystal, and Detective Ray Hughes, played by Gregory Hines. And Danny just wants to have a little fun playing basketball.
You bouncing him, you shithead!
And the punches Danny and Ray gets offended, but they gotta get back to the job and see the guy they need to arrest. Snake, played by Joe Pantoliano, and his partner Julio coming out of the Mercedes. And Julio spots the two guys to put him in jail and run after Snake. And Ray says he'll shoot the door open and wants to see what's in the briefcase and some money. $50,000. So Snake can't be arrested since he didn't commit a crime, so Danny goes out to yell at the basketball guys that Snake's got 50 grand to look after. And he's got no freedom now and wants to be arrested.
No, you gotta arrest my ass. For what?
And those guys are hungry for the money and they've been clowned. And ask about Julio Gonzalez and what he's been really up to out of jail. And have made it here at this fire spot, and there was no fire, just someone who jumped and landed on the sidewalk. And just ask who he is, and the dead guy's face is splattered when he jumped, and it couldn't be Julio Gonzalez. And they gotta go as Snake tries to use a police radio as Danny sits into the car, and since they have to go to his Aunt Rose's to say goodbye, her funeral.
Nephew. It's a mystery to me too, but I was her favorite nephew.
You were her only nephew. Mine too, but I expect.
Saying hi to his ex-wife Anna, and see his aunt Sophie since his other Aunt Rose died. And that's done, and head back to the car, and now they're about to get robbed by these two clowns. And shows them their badges, and they run off and try to escape since the truck was already there, and turn back. And I've made it to the precinct and meet Captain Logan, played by Dan Hedaya, and sees Danny was punched. Now a lawyer is here to give Ray Hughes a subpoena for abuse. And he thinks Ray is white and sees his badge.
You lawyer? Yo, let me have your card.
What about the rights of the woman?
And the lawyer just leaves. In the next scene, these two talking to Marianne here at the bar, and you know why they're both around her.
Someday, we both have to find women at the same time.
And she's the one for Ray, and enjoys some Dunkin' Donuts the next day. Now back at the precinct with Anna back, and the lawyer's here and points over here and asks for Danny Costanzo and points over there, that's where he can find him. Ha 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 ha. And the lawyer is back to tell Danny that he can't find himself and to check the ladies' room. And Anna is getting married again to a dentist. And the lawyer ends up going to the ladies' room and sees Ray Hughes in there, and since Costanzo is an Italian name, lawyer is not believing Ray is Danny. And the lawyer has a contract where his dead Aunt Rose had an estate, and from that, Danny Costanzo gets the $40,000 from it, and comes out to tell him and congratulates her, Anna, for her new marriage, for her new upcoming wedding.
I do. You know I do. Bet his favorite flavor is Lavorus.
And he's excited to use the 40 grand, and Captain Logan is back and tells it to the guy who was killed was a cop named Alan Jackson from the south side of Chicago. So they go talk to Snake and have this usual suspects like lineup, and they're just playing along. And ask about Julio Gonzalez, and they will release Snake and now gets all of his possessions back and see most of his money is gone. And he's got to wear a wire to get to Julio, and it's going to be placed on his ass, and Snake gives a briefcase back with the 50 grand. And these two are on a stakeout and just watch Snake placing colored TVs inside this truck and just want to get to Julio Gonzalez. And over here, Julio's slapping Snake with the two detectives checking their weapons. And go in here with this red light glowing and go in to hear the code word, and he took out the wire. And Snake conned them both, and Julio Gonzalez there, played by Jimmy Smits, is impressed. He's known for a show called LA Law from the 80s, that's where I've seen him. And Snake admitted to killing Alan Jackson, instructed by Julio. And we even see Manny from Scarface there, played by Stephen Bauer with a fake wig and beard, when Snake has been killed. We see this code of silence dialogue too. Chuck Norris died recently, so R.I.P. And the whole thing is reversed.
Freeze, Julio! Police officers, you're under arrest!
So Julio's done for, and those guys were all undercover, and spots him under the covers here hiding and arrests him properly, unlike Janko Schmidt from 21 Jump Street. And these three see that Julio has been captured, thinking he got away. And back at the precinct, as Captain Logan wants a duo in his office and tells him they screwed up and Gonzalez's shipment is unknown. And those undercover officers are pissed off too. Tells the two to take a vacation and to stay away from being arrested or shot. They leave the office to see Alan Jackson's badge on the board, and they head to the bar and hate being on vacation and have ended up in Key West, Florida, and go out to see the sunset since everyone's watching it, and do it every day. And Danny sees a girl named Julie here, and they hang out. And the next day they go fishing and just have fun for the rest of the day and catching big fish. And had enjoyed Key West for the day and resumed the next day. With Danny obsessed with Key West, he wants to quit and open up a bar here. And back inside the bar, shooting pool, and Ray Hughes agrees to Danny Costanzo's bar plan. And go get their business bank loan signed and leave with joy. And I've made it back to Chicago to tell Captain Logan they're leaving the force, and tells the two that's impossible.
Your pal Gonzalez is back on the street. He may fail.
And tells them that Julio Gonzalez is out of jail and they're magically back to being cops. So much for leaving the force. And head to the lockers and remember they got 30 days so they can officially quit and grab some bulletproof vests. And goes back to the locker room and drops his gun and fires. The gun fires as it drops. And the two are at Julio's apartment to see if he's home and ask the lady here that he isn't here. Meanwhile, her grandchild keeps flicking off Ray. And she finally says the duo can find Julio at Camino Real Apartments.
Yes!
The duo are about to go there and see these kids graffiti spraying. The duo graffiti spraying their car and have made it to Camino Apartments and have spotted Julio's Mercedes and this kid watching creepily. And Ray thinks of a plan, has Julio's car towed, and the creepy kid watching will lead them to Julio Gonzalez.
Right to a coroner. If you cannot afford one, we will appoint a medical examiner for you.
And the kid brings him here to Julio's, and his three guys are there and hear him screaming to kill Ray and Danny. And the kid runs back into his mother, and the two run after Julio to the back. I think that kid is his son. And Julio runs down, has a woman hostage, and needs pants. And Julio is screaming for pants, and Danny takes initiative and takes his off. And Julio can catch Danny's pants, and now Ray throws his, and surprisingly they're both wearing leggings. So he runs away to Ray's pants and escapes in their squad car. And here comes the Chicago police who would back up and to pick up the duo and make it back to the station, and the captain tells them to help out their two replacements. And the next thing, the duo get their squad car back as Ace here, played by Larry Hankin, will fix it and turn to something different. So Ray takes the bus back to this place, and this nerd opens the door and addresses he's a cop and tells him to get MJ Thomas with an arrest warrant. And it's Marianne, and that was her boyfriend. And back at the bar, as Danny's pouring out drinks, and the two have made it too. Marianne and Ray. And announces to Anna the duo have bought a bar in Key West for retirement. And here comes out Anna with a birthday cake since it's Ray's birthday.
Where's your fiance?
Anna's Marianne.
Hi.
She's my prisoner.
Nice to meet you.
She's Danny's ex-wife.
Maybe he's flossing.
With Danny still jealous, and they all count the candles on Ray's birthday cake. And now for the replacements that need training, and it's these two again. Frank, played by Stephen Bauer, and Tony, played by John Grease. And the duo have got to start training these two recruits since Julio is back with another shipment. And back at Ace's mechanic shop, made their squad car into a taxi and love it as Ray has a question. And here come the two new replacements making fun of their squad car.
Now it looks...
And I've made it to an apartment building to find Julio again, and Tony was ready to kick into the door, but Danny says to try knocking. And shooting starts as Ray gets his foot stuck in the door, and a lot of shooting.
I'm in Key West!
And Tony on purpose shoots Danny, and Ray rushes to him and sees he's suddenly feeling better after promising him to go to Key West without him. It must be the bulletproof vest. And go out to see the replacement of two of Gonzalez's guys, and this guy who was busted many times by Danny and Ray and take him away for questioning here. Juan is his name. So Juan here tells the two today is a day for Julio's drug shipment to come, and they let him go as the clown recruits run after him. And the two have made it to the airport to pick up that very shipment. And here comes the replacements and Captain Logan with Julio watching everything from the airport as the police dog sniffs all the luggage. And find out they've lost the shipment, and Logan asks why these two care so much if they're quitting. And when Gonzalez is watching the next airplane, the press is here as Logan credits the two very detectives.
I hate talking to the news, man.
Detective Frank Sigliano and Anthony Montoya. Definitely want to answer a few of your questions right now.
I'm out of here.
And walk past this guy and he tells him that this coke is shit. Meanwhile, inside the airport search this pasture, and none opened up their suitcases for a checkup, and these two have the real coke. And the duo know Logan and the cops fell for the first fake shipment and see Julio with the real stuff. And the pasture and the nun are feeling uneasier. And the chase continues, and it's a whole lot of driving all over the train station area and have made it side to side each other. And Julio fires back, and their squad car truly is bulletproof. But the windows can't roll down and continue to drive, and we're about to hit the train there. Now driving on the train track, as it is a little dangerous here, and dodge another train, and here comes the final train they can't escape from. And the duo are stuck, and the father and the nun back there owe them a fare. And after questioning, as Ray apologizes to the two for all their reckless driving, but take out their souvenirs. And inside it is sand, the whitest looking sand I've ever seen. And they let the church staff go, but he starts rubbing it on his hands. And finally get the smell of cocaine, and it's not sand. And now at this tattoo parlor, and we see Juan again, and comes in the duo. And no, he lied, and the real drug shipment's still out there, and he's got to get his face tattooed, and finally mentions, and he's getting his face tattooed, and finally mentions a condo. And are now waiting here in the alley, and here comes a garbage truck, and it's driving towards them, and still picks them up, and these two are about to be crushed. Here comes out Julio Gonzalez with an already paid mortgage for their bar in Key West. Once they quit, since he wants the drugs back. And guess who's driving the truck? Yeah, it's Juan again, and he's going to shove the two inside the truck and are about to be crushed, and manage to escape from the back window. And Juan and Julio have escaped. So the next day the two want their squad car back. They want their squad car back, and the cop can't release it since the truck is under Julio's name. And here comes Danny with Julio's car.
I'll take it.
Listen, he's gone now. You got anything you want me to sign?
But instead they take Julio's car and looks through his music cassette box and don't like any of the music selections. And are back to the same area where we saw Snake and Julio with the basketball crew. And this girl notices Julio's car is possessed by these two, and Ray grabs a car phone, ringing, and it's Julio Gonzalez asking his car was taken or was stolen. And now it's time for the ultimate prank for the replacements.
My name is Pinky. Is this a detective? I usually inform for using Costanza, but...
They even got Marianne's boyfriend arrested too, and Danny drops the two off here and goes to meet up with Anna. And she gives him his old insurance policy, and she can have it, and knows he's jealous of her remarrying, and gives the real reason why she divorced Danny.
You really happy since we broke up?
No, yes. Are you?
Sure, great. You want to go to bed?
Yeah, no.
And she runs out, and he throws the ball at this Mickey Mantle portrait, and she runs down, and she's been kidnapped by Julio and Juan, and he calls up Danny to tell him that he wants his shipment back, or else Anna's dead. First, he stops by Ray's as he's f***ing Marianne right now, and interrupts them, and Ray knows what the plan is exactly to get back Anna. And Ray and Danny head to the station, and Ray goes inside himself with a paper saying he needs that retrieved coke back for the switch with Julio. But the cop needs approval from Captain Logan first.
To one guy? Where is his asshole partner?
Yes, sir.
And another prank, and it worked, and just wait for Danny Costanzo, and it's approved, and to just sign the papers. And back at the same bar, where the owner closed early for the duo since they're loading up their Uzis, and here comes Frank and Tony to fool them again. And they get to the state building where they will do the switch, and they split up, and Ray goes in here and sees the sheriff, and it's Juan disguised. and takes him to see the other cops or guards tied up and asks one of them how to get up to the roof, and the only way up there is to use the window washer rope. Danny goes in the main floor of the place. He sees Anna trapped inside the elevator, and Julio's also there, and gets searched and now goes up and shows Julio the drugs, and it's a trap to kill Danny and Anna. And here comes the replacements, Frank and Tony, as Ray now breaks in from the room and tells him to shoot Gonzalez's guys. And Danny tells Anna to jump over to his side of the elevator since her door is locked. And for that, Danny drops Julio's coke and he's crying for it. And Anna jumps and Danny catches her, and Ray makes it into the big window. And Julio Gonzalez is dead. And the two debate who got to Julio first, but he's still alive, so both duos are racing who kills him first. But Danny and Ray both got to kill Julio Gonzalez, and here comes Anna running.
So what happened to that dentist?
Who?
Right.
Almost got us killed.
So either she broke the wedding or she missed her wedding on purpose. And that is Running Scared from 1986. Great movie, very underrated buddy cop movie. Thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next episode. Like, comment, and subscribe. Take care, see you soon, and watch away. And I'll speak to you next time.